I'm around, I'm going nowhere. I am here with the people. And people support my quest to be the chairman of African Union Commission. I'm thanking them. But when I go to Addis Ababa, I will be very much around here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going nowhere. And I've told our people that they are unboggerable and they are unpungerable. Devolution was an idea whose time had come. But there are many people who did not want devolution. Devolution had very many powerful enemies. And you have seen that devolution is actually suffering in the process of implementation. You've seen so many new bills being developed and being taken to Parliament with the intention of clawing back on devolution. We are saying that this is a process that is unconstitutional and that must be resisted. There's so many new bills which are coming to Parliament, and these bills want to take away functions which have already been devolved by the Constitution and take them back to the national government. That will not be allowed. That must be resisted strongly. Secondly, we'd like to urge the national government to ensure that funds which have already been approved by Parliament are remitted down to the county government so that they can be used for the purposes of development in the country. Then I've also said, I've given a free advice to the government, that there are functions which were centralized before, like in terms of infrastructure, the roads, Kura and Kera existed at that time because we were dealing with a unitary system of government. Today, Kura and Kera should actually fall under the county governments. And those funds should be transferred to the counties so that counties can use those funds for development of roads, road infrastructure in the counties. This will make the work easier for the national government. But because we know there's a resistance, but ultimately this issue will have to be addressed nationally.
I want to say that I join the rest of Kenyan patriots who are supporting Raila Odinga to be the next chairman of the African Union Commission, effective next year. But I want people to have a proper debate about Raila going to Addis Ababa. Some people are talking about Raila Amolo going to Addis Ababa as if that is the end of the world. As if that is the end of the world. I want them, if they have forgotten, there used to be somebody called Kurt Waldheim. He was the Secretary General of the United Nations, Secretary General, for 2 terms. And when he finished, he went back to be president of Austria, just in the 80s. In Africa, we have had the example of Zozana Zuma in South Africa and Mr. Ping in Cameroon. So Raila is not going to AU to meet some people's obligations. He's going there as a Pan-Africanist and a true Kenyan. When you go everywhere in the country, when there's a little problem, wanasema baba yuko happy. Baba yuko happy. I said in Homa Bay, Baba can chew gum and walk at the same time. He can be in Addis Ababa and still take care of the affairs of the nation of Kenya, of the Republic of Kenya. And I pray that the Azimio leadership, and my brother Wajakoya is here, you're my neighbor. We are saying that Azimio is intact, the leadership is intact, ODM is intact. Nothing will boggle us. There's a clawback on devolution. And Wandai and Mbadi has talked about the sharing of revenue. But the other thing I'm worried about, there are bills and policies and regulations before Parliament, which in essence is a clawback on devolution. That will not happen. We will not allow what Baba fought so hard to be clawed away.
As you know, agriculture is fully devolved. Agriculture is fully devolved as a function. Even though we continue to struggle, to have money released from the national treasury to come down here. A lot of money is still being held up at the national government level. And in our constitution, the national government, insofar as agriculture is concerned, is only left with one small function, which is agricultural policy. And yet the contradiction is that a lot more money is still being held up in Nairobi, with very little coming down here. So this occasion is also an opportunity for us to remind whoever is concerned that for us to realize the full benefits of devolution, all monies that are earmarked for devolved functions must come down here. I've just had a word with Commissioner Jalango Midiwo, Commissioner at the Commission for Revenue Allocation. And he has confirmed to me that there is still a struggle at the CRA about monies coming down here. In this financial year that we are entering into, 2024-2025, the Commission for Revenue Allocation has still insisted that they are only going to release a paltry 396 billion shillings to counties. That's just about 9 billion or 10 billion shillings over and above what they released last financial year, which was 385 billion. That means that they have not been able even to factor the matter of inflation. And that is also a demonstration of the fact that if that formula is applied and upheld by the Senate, the counties are going to suffer more and more. I still believe that the Senate can alter that formula and increase that allocation to the counties from 396 to something close to the 450 billion shillings that our Council of Governors are demanding.
Baba vile umeenda pale, ujua kwamba Azimio is very intact. Kwanza pokeeni salamu za Kalonzo Musyoka, semeni Martha Wangari Karua, semeni Eugene Desiri Wamalwa, semeni Mr. Kioni, semeni na Wairia Mwangi, semeni Mheshimiwa Munya, semeni Na hiyo nikimalizia hapo, ningetaka kusema kwamba kuna wale ambao wanasherekea saa hii. They are thinking that Raila is stupid. Wanaona kama mtu kama Obasanjo and other African leaders, when they greet Raila, they do like this. Me, I kiss his hands. Wakati wanafanyia hii Raila, mimi naenda na chukua mdomo ya mdomo yangu, akis Lord Baba na Baba wa. Na kama baba naenda, ni wale African Union. Sio vinyengereka vingine. Baba, you don't need a campaign from anybody. You don't need a campaign from somebody. Wengine wanaanza kusema na tunajua intelligence, we have it, we get it every morning. Huyu baba tutampanga, weka Amina Mohamed hapo ndiye atakuwa hivi, huyu. Baba ni baba. Baba is baba. Orengo James kama ako karibu na yeye. James Orengo is the best advisor to baba. Huyu James mnaona, huyu ndiye amefanya nimesimama hapa. Na kama watu wengine wanataka kujifanya sasa wacha tusaidie baba aende huko, that is nonsense. Baba has been there before you were born. Baba has been there when you had mucus in your mouth. What else can you do to baba? Baba amefungwa hiyo miaka yote. Baba akiwa kule ndani, lakini his spirit never died. Then you get small kids here coming here to say huyu baba tampanga, akienda pale we shall be in power forever. Baba is going to be the president in this country. Wapende wasipende. Addis Ababa is just here. After all, si lazima baba kae kwa hiyo kitu. Na hata akikaa si lazima kae permanently. Uwinjo kwa sababu kuwinjo. Uwinjo kwa sababu kuwinjo. Hiki ni lazima ipewe baba.
The current parliament we have is an impotent parliament. It is sad to read that a member of parliament who passed the finance bill 2023 is demonstrating with farmers in Murang'a that farmers are being mistreated by KRA, Kenya Revenue Authority, and is demonstrating against the very law that he participated in passing in parliament. That tells you the caliber of leaders that we elect nowadays. We elect leaders who don't even read the very laws that they pass in parliament. Shame on them. Shame on them. You cannot represent your people in parliament and you don't even understand what is going on in parliament. Those MPs from Murang'a, I sympathize with your electorates. We told you that that bill was bad. You rejected our plea. Now, Gicham Nyanjigi. Mogi, on this issue of devolution, again, I want to agree with my minority leader. We must make devolution work. The shilling has depreciated in value by over 30%. And you are still giving the counties the same amount that you were giving them almost 10 years ago. There is no way counties can progress if the value of the shilling has gone down and yet you are giving the same money that you gave 3-5 years ago. As the chairman of Public Accounts Committee, Jim, I want to report to you this, that we have already finished the 2020-2021 financial year. We have tabled it in Parliament. My committee is finalizing 2021-2022. In May, we will be done. Then 2022-2023, we will be done by October this year. So there will be no outstanding audit reports from the Office of Auditor General. So they will not have any excuse of saying we are still using 3 years back, accounts of 3 years back.